Why this song and why now?
I think it's always a good time to write a song that pays tribute to our military, especially one that increases awareness to maybe the troubles of PTSD for those who have served or are currently serving. In particular, why this song right now, I've just seen a couple of losses recently in the military world, and just decided to grab my guitar and a pen and a piece of paper and write a song.
What do you hope the song conveys to your listeners?
What I'd like the song to convey to listeners is that there is a small percentage of those who have raised their hand, given up the conveniences and comforts of life for all of the rest of us. That their service was a sacrifice, is a sacrifice. When their service is over, those sacrifices continue on because some of them will live with them for the rest of their days. And when they're listening to this song, I just hope that there's more of an appreciation for those who have served and maybe more of an understanding to the subject of PTSD.
Why are the military and veterans important to you?
The military and veterans are important to me because of the selfless sacrifice. Their willingness to volunteer, to raise their hand, to do things like serve overseas, the global war on terror, sleep in deserts, be away from their families for months and cumulatively sometimes years at a time. I also did grow up with military in my family. My father served in the Air Force, and we had other family members, and I have friends who have also served. It's just given me a different level of respect being around that, for the better part of my life and the respect that I have for those individuals.
Why is it critical to bring awareness to PTSD right now?
I think any time's a critical time to bring awareness to PTSD. For whatever reason, I've seen more loss of life from PTSD in the last year than maybe in my small world than any other time that I've experienced before. But I think it's a subject that just doesn't get enough attention. And so it's always a good time to bring attention to a situation or a topic like this.
What have you taken away from their service?
One thing I've taken away from the service of those around me who did serve in the military is their love, their appreciation for our country. I also love and respect and appreciate our country. The imperfections and even the disagreements, but most importantly, because of their service, our ability to disagree.
Why do so many veterans struggle with PTSD alone?
I think veterans have a tendency to struggle alone because there's not a manual for how to deal with the aftermath of maybe some trauma that they've been through while serving. I think it's easy to want to try to plow through it. I think it's easy to want to be, mentally and physically tough. I think that there's unfortunately some shame that maybe comes with it, and ultimately in some cases they don't want other people to know that they're struggling and suffering. I don't like any of those answers because what they did for us, they should never have to struggle, alone, and that's something that we have to change.
What's the mission for writing, recording, and releasing True American Hero?
The mission for True American Hero is simple and it's twofold. First of all, it's to bring awareness to PTSD for veterans, for those who have served. And secondly, in no particular order, this is also just as important, to provide some encouragement, some hope, and some inspiration to those who have served, or maybe even to the family members who are struggling alongside someone struggling with PTSD because of their service.